Good morning, everybody. As I said, we are starting a new game today where the water tastes like wine. Something like that. Long title.
Night has fallen and you're weary from travel. Stars fill the sky above, and in front of you is a brightly lit wooden house, the only building you've seen for days.
Okay, this is where I alted for. I thought it was a little bit loud. If we get a chance, I'm gonna lower it. But let's see.
You walk toward the house, hearing the sounds of laughter and talk as you reach the door and push it open. You sit down and join the game. It's a cheap buy-in, and not many of the other players are very good.
Okay.
The lady fiddling with dice gets good cards, but has no real strategy. The man to your right seems to just hold on to the highest cards he has, regardless of suit or any consideration of matches. The man in gray across from you, though, he's good. He already had the largest pile of coins when you bought in, and while your winnings grow quickly, you can't quite catch him. One by one, the other players leave the table, sometimes with pique or with wry humor, leaving their winnings with you or the man in gray.
Okay. What's that?
Finally, it's just you and the man in gray. He looks at you, full of humor, and winks. Last hand?
I was watching his face to see if he winks.
He deals, you draw, and look at your hand. It's good. It's great. The best hand, in fact. A royal straight flush. Spades. Aces high.
When it's too good?
But the man in gray pushes forward his whole pile. You're not sure exactly how much it is, but it's more than you've got. You can't match that. The man in gray stops you. Now, if you like, I'll let you wager your word. I know you'll be good for it. Just promise you'll pay the debt, however I ask.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yep. 10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace. All spades.
Okay.
The man in gray smiles. All right, then. I'll call.
Whoa.
Well, your luck wasn't so good, was it? That's quite the hand, but not for the game we're playing. I'm afraid you owe me. Your life, sure, but more than that. Your labor.
Okay.
You see, this land is built on stories. It's one big story, this country, woven of many small ones. Few of the small ones are
listen to the
strictly
music.
true, and the big story is mostly a lie.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. Like right now, I don't have to play. I will. But music is so
All the stories and songs and myths and legends start somewhere, with a seed. As they're told and retold and passed around, they grow and change to become the stories we know.
Oh my god, so good. How's this gonna work on YouTube?
To pay your debt to me, you'll be carrying stories, finding the seeds first and then spreading them, telling them onwards so they can begin gaining strength. This is no light task. Stories are heavy. Most of the stories you'll find will be small seeds. They might be true, but they'll grow wild and unbelievable with the telling. The more important stories are the true ones, the ones people will tell you about their own lives. Those often get lost in the weaves of the big story. The more true stories you can find and tell, the more you can weave that truth into the big story. Tarnish it a bit perhaps, but isn't a dingy and battered truth better than a shining lie? Now, go ahead. You tell me a story. I'll trade you some information about your task.
I think it's a little bit too loud. I will see to lower it as soon as there is option. What? So we choose the story now? You're playing cards. Tell the story of tossing of pair of bone dice on a blood red velvet table. They came up snake eyes and winking you. Okay.
It's just luck. Funny how bad luck seems to follow the folks who already have problems aplenty.
Okay, let me lower the sound bit. Okay, not much, just a little bit. Feel free to comment on the sound.
Well, try your luck out there in this country. See how the dice treat you. It's not all bad. You'll have to work hard, but I'll give you the gift for seeing the true shapes of people.
What's interesting is that he gave you answer to the story. I mean, there wasn't much, but...
Not many who can do that.
Okay. Do I talk other stories? Tell the story of northbound train blinking its giant eyes as it crawls through the night. Giant eye. I read it eyes, and then I saw there is one. You see what it says about that?
Travel? That's your job.
Yeah.
Wander from place to place, gather those stories and spread them. People get bored hearing the same stories over and over. But an old cliché in one state might be a rip-roaring new yarn in another.
Okay. Should I go with all of them or exit? I mean, let's do it. Okay. Tell a story of endless series of doors of a different kinds, each leading only to more doors. Okay. As I said.
You sometimes have to make choices about what kind of story you're finding. Is it a love story or a tragedy? Don't gather too many of one kind, though. This grand story needs variety.
Right. Okay. Good hint.
Your deepest desires, your greatest wish, heaven, Big Rock Candy Mountain, El Dorado, the Promised Land, that place just over the ridge where they all say that the water tastes just like the sweetest wine.
Nice.
Well, I don't know where that is. It's supposed to be somewhere in this country. Ask the people you meet.
Okay.
They're all searching for the same thing.
Everybody does. Okay, that's it. Can I click on these? Tell the story of the black and gray city where every building is filled with executed corpses. What?
I'll strip away your flesh to make the journey easier, but still you'll feel pain.
What? What do you mean strip away my... Oh, thank you.
Hunger, weariness, thirst, and despair. They're all part of stories, the part not often told. And death, yes, but don't worry. As long as your task remains, you come back. Go on your way, Seeker. Maybe we'll meet again, or maybe not.
Okay.
Either way, it'll be an experience for you. I'm jealous in some ways. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Nice mood in the game. Okay, he did script me of the flash. And we walk. Canada, USA. Oh, this is gonna be so copyright claim. Just... Music is such a huge part of the game, I can't lower it. Let's do it like this. So I can... Give me a sec to put the OBS as it was. Okay, that was default OBS. Let's say something like this and then we'll change as we go. Inventory, okay. In-game help and map. Whistle, interact. Hitchhike. Okay, I need to load it more. Okay. So first thing is here. You can see some locations on the map. Space, right?
This bungalow is being ransacked. There's furniture piled in the front yard, ammunition heaped under the mailbox, and a crowd of clean-cut men ripping apart a car in the driveway.
Okay.
The two heavily armed, mud-caked women leaning over the porch railing share the same bored grin. One shouts at you. Lend a couple innocent gals a cigarette?
If I have.
You are about to hand her a smoke when those men draw pistols and shove you hard into the dirt. You know these girls? They demand. Once they've dumped your bag out into the road, they decide you're harmless. If you were selling booze too, you'd have a lot more cash, sneers one. On the porch behind him, the two bootleggers are fingering their empty rifles, grinning in disappointment.
The woman arrested for bottling. Okay. What did I say for whistle? I forgot. Shit. No. Control. I press control so you can't whistle. We just have dice. It always go on aces. Okay. I have no idea. 237 stories? Whoa. You're in Maine. You need to zoom out much more. Okay, zoom out is so slow on scroll. Wait, you can go through the whole country? You know, nothing in Idaho looks like. Oh no, that's just a color. It looks like... Yeah, it's close to this color, but yeah. Hey, how's voting going? Cars? Is that hitchhiking? I don't know what this means. Nothing special until there. At least on the map. H. Your goal is to navigation to the world by finding all 16 characters scattered around the US and trade stories with them until you earn their trust and finish their story. Okay. By having adventures, you'll begin to collect stories. When you meet a character, they will ask you different types of stories: tragic, hopeful, scary, thrilling, or funny. Remember what sort of adventure you had and you will know what type of story you got. Oh. Okay. Stories will grow and change as you tell them. Once you tell a story to a character, it will be out in the world. You encounter someone else who will tell you the better version of it. Nice. Those better versions will be more entertaining when you tell them to the characters. But be sure to tell different stories so that you have chance to grow them all. Nice. The stories you get from characters are wild cards. They will fit any of the 5 categories. However, telling them will not cause them to grow. So use them sparingly as you're giving up a chance to spread other stories. Okay. If you want to swap around stories you tell, you can do that from inventory. What? Well, I don't understand this. There are several ways to travel across US. Easiest is walking, but it's slow. Okay, you can speed up your walking pace by whistling. Hold down the button. And mash the nose to keep spirits and speed up. Okay, that's interesting. Also hop ride on a boxcar. This will get you exactly where you need to go, but runs the risk of getting injured by the railroad cops. Damn those cops. To hop a ride, find a train yard. The safer way is to travel hitchhiking. Hitchhike, hold the hitchhike button, of course, while standing next to a road with the cars on. Okay. Not every car will stop, but they won't always carry the full distance. But you will be safe. Finally, if you get some cash, you can go to the city and ride the fast, safe passenger trains from place to place. Okay. Characters. Each time you meet a character, you'll have a night to talk with them and exchange the stories. Okay. If you tell them the kind of story they want, they will gain trust and move forward through their tale. Okay. There is no penalty to telling them different story. You will still learn whatever they have to tell you. So you'll just learn faster if you tell them what they want. Okay. Characters in multiple chapters. Okay. And when you fully open the eye in the interface, the next time you meet them, you will move on next chapter. Okay. When you finish all the chapters, you won't see them again. Each time you finish a night with a character, they will move somewhere else. You can always check on, okay, that's the on a map. But they will also show you when they move. Okay. Inventory. The inventory holds the mementos you collected from the characters you met. Character trusts you fully, they will give you something to remember them by. Okay, that's like next to the dice, I guess. Which can be used to travel to where you first meet. Which can be used to travel to where you first meet. Okay. That's not bad. The inventory screen also have tabs so you can see your story timeline of your adventure, the map of US, and your progress with each of the characters. Okay. I want me to use controller on this one. Can do that. Okay, this is the... I do controllers on this. This is camera, hitchhike, whistle. RB is nothing. Map, manual is up. Okay. Let's try this. Could be fun. Where is whistle? Oh, you press, okay. You press the keys, okay. This.
Off the road and into the woods, you can't help but come across this package by the old tree tied to a sturdy stick. The cloth wrapping conceals, though not particularly well, something large and softly unsettled. Little eyes blink back at you from inside the bundle.
Okay.
The shape gives a start.
Please don't tell my pa that I'm in here.
It says in a small voice.
That's why.
Pa doesn't want to live with us anymore. But I want to go with him.
Oh.
Don't tell him, please. I'm hiding.
Uh, should it says it didn't hide him well, so it's like a crown of some sort, and
His father must have been here at some point, but you sure can't see him now.
yeah.
Please go. He's coming back any minute, says the boy, growing agitated. He's gonna see you talking to me. Please, go! He only calms down when you leave. You don't see another soul for miles.
Okay, I think, yeah, okay. The boy who ran with the father went to go to Portland? Or this way? Is there anything on the farm? How's music? Oh, I hope YouTube is gonna like this. Okay, I don't think there is anything on the farm. There's something there. Let's see what's Portland, and then I saw one there behind the mountains. There's a couple in Portland. Search.
They don't come every year, you know. The old man is sitting at the edge of a rotting old pier, crooked legs dangling over the water. He watches a pair of seagulls preen and groom each other on a rock just off the shore.
Okay, just a moment. Okay, the moon, or again the crown. What's with the crown? Let's see this.
They seem to wait for something together, fidgeting and rubbing against one another. And when they fly off, they fly together. These two, these same two, have been coming here ever since I was a boy, the old man says. He watches them fly away until their bodies are dots vanishing into the low sun.
Okay.
Always the same pair. Wonder what keeps him coming back to this town. He shrugs. It must be home.
Oh. Oh, you can. Okay, I pressed the one key. I guess it changes the song.
The woman walks the small town square with the poise of Betty Davis, a confident stride, and inimitable mannerisms elevating the sidewalk into a plush Hollywood carpet.
Yes.
And wrapped around her neck, a yellow velvet ribbon, bright as an ocean sunrise. You question a well-dressed man parked outside an oyster house. Prudish woman. I took her on a fine date, and she didn't remove so much as a ribbon. Excuse me, can you step back from the coupe? That's the spirit. You decide to seek a second opinion.
Okay.
You talk with a waitress smoking outside a diner. Something funny about her. Just showed up one day. Doesn't work, doesn't live anywhere as far as I know. Just around. Myself, I'd love to know who made all her beautiful clothes.
Ooh. Look like it.